Hey guys, Video Fletcher, and we are taking this right back to basics. A guy commented, as I explained in the last video, which I hope you all enjoyed, as that was just a slightly different one. That was just, showing you an enjoyable game. This is just a little hub for Gears, There will be Gears content on here, so if you're a Gears player, subscribe, and there will be Gears content, there'll be Gears tutorials and Gears montages. But there will also be the odd FIFA and StarCraft video. Now, I don't expect my subscribers to watch FIFA and StarCraft, and I don't get annoyed when they get no views because that's what I expect. So, if you see a video that's not to your taste, you don't have to watch it. You don't have to say, "Oh, you need to post more Gears," because I'll post. It is my channel at the end of the day, but Gears is the focal point, and there will always be Gears. So you just wait for me to upload a Gears video, and then you'll be pleased. But this one's going to be back to basics and very short. A guy said there was too many episodes, and I said, there's not a one-step tutorial on how to get good at a game, and anybody that says there is lying. We've got. If I just take 1 second. Okay, so we're back, and it's not about having a one-step plan. I think in my Nasher tutorial, which got an amazing amount of views surprisingly, I said that this video is not going to improve your Nasher. It's just about telling you what to do, and so you can refine your practice sessions, and then you can go ahead and improve at a quicker rate. You can't have a one-step to perfection program. For me, if I was to think of an example, it's the same way as, say, let's think of this as like a diet. Say they have these crash course diets, and people will go on these diets and they'll lose, say, 3-4 stone, and then once they've stopped the diet and once they've got bored of eating healthily and exercising, they'll then just pile on all the weight again, and that's because they haven't taught themselves how to actually eat healthily and how to have a healthy diet. They've just basically starved themselves, and when they've got bored of it, their body's basically just gone, oh holy shit! Finally, I'm having some good, or should I say bad food, and it's just piled all the weight back on because you haven't trained your body to eat healthily. I know that's a bit weird to compare it to Gears, but the same way is you can't watch something and think, right, this is it. Okay, I know everything to do with the shotgun, everything to do with the sniper. I'm going to go on the game, and I'm going to be a beast. Because, like I say, you will fail. You will fail a lot. And people that come to me and say, what sensitivity do you play on? What are your favourite weapons? What should I do in this situation? Just have to play the game. There's no specific set sensitivity for you. I play 17, 14, 13 purely because I like my snipe a little bit faster. I like it a bit too fast so I can sweep across people. Sometimes on a shotgun I drop it down to all 10s, sometimes 12s. It's just what feels comfortable to you. There is no right or wrong in a game, and there is no one-step plan to improving. So I've got some examples of Battlefield 3. Now I know you're thinking, wow, this isn't Gears. What's he drivelling on about? But this is the only game that I don't really play at all. Like, I'm level 5 and I've had it for so long, and I just find it a bit. I don't really like the game, but less of that. The clips I've got are me just knowing what to practice. Because if you go onto Gears of War, I would advise you to do a couple of things. You should play a lot of games. The best way to improve is just simply to play. So surround yourself, get yourself used to those situations and how to deal with them. And secondly, note when something goes wrong, whether it be in a notepad, in a Word document. Say, every time I come to a 1v1, I either miss shots or I get myself in a bad position, or he just straight up kills me and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Say you get killed by grenades a lot, make a little note, get killed by grenades a lot. And then at the end of your play session, say after a couple of hours of playing, you'll have a nice big long list of everything you've done wrong. And you don't need to beat yourself up about it because it's only a game. You don't have to think, oh, look how many things I've got wrong. Just correct one thing at a time. That's all you can do. If you go into a game and think, right, I've got to correct my movement, I've got to correct my positioning, I've got to look for grenades, I've got to spot more, I've got to call out more, you'll end up playing worse than you usually do. And that's when people give up because they're like, "Oh, come on, I'm practicing. I'm trying to solve everything, and I'm actually playing worse and getting less kills." And that's the correct thing to happen. When you're correcting something, you should play worse, which makes no sense whatsoever. But let's think of it as this way. And I know this is a blank screen for now, but hopefully I'm retaining your interest with these points. If I was to get used to my own, say I was a new player and I was to get used to my style, you know, I bumbled about, I got in the wrong positions, but I kind of got used to my own bumbling style, and I got comfortable in that style, and I would say just about scraping positive. Sometimes I'd have a really bad game. And then someone told me to play in a completely different style and look out for a lot of different things. Say I'd got really comfortable with going boom shot when it wasn't really advantageous for my team to get a boom shot. And then someone said, "No, you can't go boom shot, you've got to help me go grenades." And you panic, you're like, "I don't know how to fight a grenade," you know? And you go massively negative every game. That's the correct thing to do. You're not gonna pick up a new strategy or a new technique instantly. It's a good sign of progress to show that you're failing more, which again makes no sense whatsoever. But a couple of months back, I did some personal one-on-one lessons, and I took him into a private match. Hold on. I took him into a private match, and you know, I worked out on all his shotgun. He seemed to be hitting more shots. His positioning was better, etc. And we took him into a game. You know, I called out. I basically shadowed him. I stood behind him the entire game, ruining my KD, but I wanted to help the guy. And I pointed out what he should be doing. And I understand that's really irritating to have somebody behind you saying you should be doing this, you should be doing that. And he just couldn't do it. He was doing worse than he's saying, you know, "I'm doing worse than I ever have done, but all the tips you're giving me sound great." And then he went and used the sword off, and he went 5-0, and he was like, "You know what? What's the point of me getting good at the game if I can use the sword off?" Now, this isn't a pop at the sword off or anything like that. I'm merely saying that people like to go back to their comfort zones, and that's when they don't know what they're practicing. What I like to do is practice one key thing, like I said. Take a look at your list and pick one thing. If you die to tagged grenades a lot, forget your bad shotgun engages that you'll have. You'll lose, you'll die more. Just focus on, if you see that grenade symbol in the bottom left hand corner, make sure that game you don't die to any tagged grenades. You don't have to be completely anal about this and look at every single corner for tagged grenades. Just keep an eye out, you know. When you see them picked up, that's the most likely time that two will be tagged, and look at the most obvious spots, you know. I still get killed by grenade tags. Everybody gets killed by grenade tags, and that's because the game's too fast paced to allow you to look at every corner. So don't walk around looking at every corner. Just correct it as slight adjustments. Just slight adjustments will help your game. So once you've corrected your grenades after 5 or 10 games, you know, you might be going horribly negative, but that's the way to improve. And then you'll remove that from your list. You'll think, right, I know how to deal with grenades now. Next is, let's take for instance the boom shot. Okay, every time I get the boom shot, I waste bullets and I don't kill enough people. For that game, if you manage to grab hold of the boom shot, ignore the shotgun, ignore the grenades, ignore everything. Just focus on getting the amount of kills that you want with that boom shot and practicing. It is literally about picking one thing at a time and correcting it. And then once you've got, say, 5 or 10 things off your list perfected, everything else will become a bit easier because you're not thinking about those things. You're not thinking about, "Oh God, he's picked up grenades." You already know how to deal with it automatically. And it should just become like second instinct, you know. If someone has a boom shot, I pretty much know what to do to kill him. I'll run and I'll fake him, roll backwards and shotgun him. And if it doesn't work, I pretty much think to myself, "Oh well, he had a rocket, you know. There's not much else I can do. I tried my best." And that's the way I personally know how to deal with boom shots, apart from lantern him down. And it didn't work, so, you know, by right, the guy with the boom shot should kill me, and he's done well. So, you know, fair enough. You don't have to think, "Oh, look how much I'm dying. I suck at this game." You know, you just take one thing at a time and you work on it. And once that thing's been perfected, then you move on to the next one, and in a couple of weeks or months, your whole list will be complete, and you'll love it. You won't have to think about a single thing, it'll just be second nature. Now, I know I've talked for 10 minutes, and I'd be amazed if people have stuck with me, but that's my opinion on taking things right back to basic. Um, you know, it's not about making huge corrections. You know, if you're a bit struggling with the wall bounce, it's not. This is what you have to do. Watch a tutorial on wall bouncing, and you're thinking, right, I've got to slide to this wall, I've got to then slide to that wall. No, you just get used to the mechanics, and once you've got a bit more used to it, then you find your own way to use them, and that's all you can do. So it's a simple game. You know, there's not much to this game really. It's just about practicing, but knowing what to practice, and each person will have something unique to practice. Somebody may be really good with a sniper rifle, but just can't shotgun, and somebody may be really good with the shotgun but can't snipe. When back in Gears 1, when Gears of War 1 first came out, me and my friend, we had a friend called Magic Matt, I actually remember this, is we had a competition. Each round would take snipe, and we'd try get as many headshots as we could. I wouldn't use a shotgun, that would be my snipe round, and I wanted to work on my sniper. So if I got killed, I would have thought, oh well, it doesn't matter, because if I'd have pulled out my shotgun, I would have killed him. But that doesn't matter, because today, I'm working on my sniper, and that's what I'm going to do. After I got a bit better with the sniper, and I was hitting more shots, we decided, you know what, scoping's good, but how about we improve our no scope, because we miss a load of no scopes that would help our team if we were hitting them. So we said, right, you know what, we're only going to no scope, even if they're across the map, we were only going to no scope. And once you started to hit no scopes, and then after you'd got your no scope sorted, and you thought, I'm getting pretty good with this, then you allowed yourself to use the scope again. You appreciate what the scope can offer you. It can get you different angles, and it can produce different sort of shots. Once you limit yourself to a certain thing, you find the game better. So, for instance, if I wasn't allowed to hip fire my shotgun, and the whole day I spent hard aiming my shotgun, and then after that day, you said, right, you can hip fire, you'd find yourself, performing a lot better because you're not limited, and you appreciate what the hip fire offers you in comparison to the hard aim, rather than just saying, oh, I'm going to pop shot here, I'm going to wall bounce, and now I'm going to hard aim, now I'm going to let go. Because a lot of people, when they're shotgunning, they change from hard aiming to pop shot into hip firing in one battle. They never really think now's the time to hard aim, now's the time to hip fire. Some of you will, and I'm not nagging at you or trying to prove that I'm the best, because you all know I fail a lot, and that's what it's about. So I've rambled for 13 minutes, and I do hope you stick with me, because there are examples coming up now. So we have Battlefield 3. This is the only game that I'm new to, and I don't play enough to get good at. So I said to myself, this game, I'm going to try and improve my aiming. The best way I can do this is getting accurate with the sniper rifle, because I only have one bullet. So I pick my sniper rifle here, and I'm running, and I don't know the maps, so I'm sticking to the back of the map. And when I see a guy, I'm going to try and hit him. I'm not going to put myself in the middle of the map where I have to, I noticed there I lead him into the smoke, and I was pretty pleased that our melee, and I was pretty pleased. And I'm just going to stick to the areas that I know. This map was on the beta, so I purely just played this map for the day. So I'm getting on this rock, and again, keeping out my sniper, and even if I miss, I stay using it. I don't throw grenades or push in there. So again, I lead him. I think I can get this guy in the rock, and I miss him, so I move slightly to the right, and I'm a bit wary of giving my position away. So I keep my distance, and I headshot that guy. And I was really pleased with that small section. Took me to nearly top of the board. Next section is, learning from your mistakes. I push down this corridor. I don't know where the corridor is, and I push with the sniper out. So, for one thing, I'm going to make a mental note of, don't push around with corridors with a sniper out. This isn't Call of Duty. Next one is simply knowing how much ammo a gun has. I didn't know how much it had. I didn't look. I'd never used that gun before. So, if we watch that back, I killed the guy, and I still think I've got more ammo. I didn't stay at the top. I should have stayed at the top of the stairs and then pulled back. But I didn't know how much ammo I had, so I hit fired, and then, I started to reload and I got killed. So I now know to myself that the the AK only has so much ammo, and that's a big thing in Gears of War as well. Is I know how much bullets the Lancer has got, so when someone's fired, say half of the clip, I know I can push them because there's not enough bullets to down me. Again, I pushed in here. Stupid, I didn't know how much damage my pistol could do. This time I'm copying somebody. Again, I'm copying his position exactly, except this time I hit the 2 shots that he was trying to do. I was pretty pleased with that. So, thanks for watching, and you know, it's about making mental notes. Those Battlefield games, I just wanted to concentrate on my aiming. I didn't think about positioning, I just wanted to get used to the guns. Like I say, one of the key things is knowing what each gun can do. If you know how many pistol bullets it takes to down you, if he's wasted 9 pistol bullets or however many, if he's wasted 5 pistol bullets, you can then go and push him because there isn't enough bullets to down you. It's about knowing just how the game works, and that will come through playing it.